if you have not met me yet, my name is Jason. I am my mom's only son. She actually has, I guess, 9 people in her family that have son in the name, but I'm the only one who does not have in-law or grand next to the name. It's my mom's 50th birthday, and I knew this would be tough, but every year at our birthdays we always give each other 2 cards, and one is rather funny and the other one's rather sappy, which always brings the waterworks. And so to roast my mom on her 50th birthday is like a dream come true for me. So I'll give it my best attempt. And growing up with my mom was always interesting. She did a lot of great things. Obviously, we're all 3. My sisters and I are still here, and we still have our sight. Yes. But she did a few weird things. For one, the thing that stuck out in my mind the most was that we couldn't wear shorts when we were growing up until it was 80 degrees exactly or more outside. And so we'd come home from school, look at the weather channel or the information channel, it said 79. We're like, oh gosh, we're stuck in these pants. And she stuck to her guns the whole time, that I can remember. She always had a big fear of snakes, spiders, mice, anything crazy that moved. So of course my big hobby when I was a kid was to collect snakes, not so much mice or spiders. She was a huge Cubs fan, which was great, except for when we come home from school, the Cubs are on every dang day on WGN, and all we wanted to do was watch some cartoons, some Thundercats or He-Man or something like that. But so the whole baseball season, that's a long season to sit through when you're young growing up. In or out, that was the favorite term Mom used in the summer. It'd be 40 degrees in the house, nice and cool, or she'd be laying on the couch taking her naps, drinking her lemonade. If we decided to go in or out once, in or out, in or out. Most of the time it would just say, get out. Pretty term for that. My mom's disciplinary actions came with 4 steps. The first one, she just yelled your name, so you knew you did something. Second step was to yell while cursing, so you're in more trouble. DEFCON 3 was the middle name included with the yell, also with cursing, and then DEFCON 4 was the wooden spoon. Driving with my mom was always fun. She had the ability, which she might have learned from her parents, to slap while driving without causing an accident. She would pull over if needed. John was a witness to one of those. We're back from Washington. Thank you, John, for saving us on that one. She tortured us with AM talk radio on KFOR. And if anybody else here grew up in Lincoln, KFOR had a lucky number of the day, and I swear every time that the number would come up, we'd always have to listen to it. We became very familiar with Paul Harvey. If we stopped somewhere, if we were driving around and Paul Harvey was on, we always had to wait to get out of the car to listen to the rest of the story. And during the summer, sometimes it was 79 degrees. I'm wearing jeans, it got hot. We're waiting for Paul Harvey to get over. Teaching me how to drive. She had 3 kids that learned how to drive. Some went good, some went bad. I remember the first time I was on the interstate, for some reason she told me the speed limit was 55 miles an hour, but when the 90-year-old woman passed me, showing me her middle finger, I figured, I don't think it's 55, Mom. And so I sped up a little bit. When she had her own terms with a lot of things. To instead of saying apply the brake gently, she'd just say pressure over and over and over again. So as you're coming, so it'd go something like this, driving along, all of a sudden she wants you to brake, pressure, 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 pressure. Grab your leg. Huge Husker fan, that's where I got my passion for, Husker sports in general. Watching the game with her is always fun. I am very loud, I got that from her as well. But she always explains to the players what they need to be doing at the time. So every kickoff during a Husker football game, if you haven't noticed this, she will. She always yells, fumble, 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 get the fumble, tackle him, tackle him, tackle him. Basketball, rebound, rebound, shoot it, rebound, pass, pass. It's entertaining. My mom had an interesting sense of style growing up. If we had PowerPoint capabilities, this would be awesome.
Should have asked.
Everything that she had, clothes-wise, I remember, it was always some sort of flower pattern. She had these shorts that were flower pattern. My clothes, flower pattern. Girls' clothes, flower pattern.
Look at her shirt.
Her shirt today, 50 years, flower pattern. Being the only male in my household, I had to deal with perms. There's nothing worse than the stench of a perm when you come into the house, and it just stings the nostrils deep, and and all of my sisters look like poodles. She, like I said, she was a Cubs fan, also a big Harry Carey fan, because she always had these huge ass glasses the whole time I was growing up. And then no one can forget the picnic basket purse that she carried around for years and years. One thing that I can't, dog my mom about is her work ethic. My parents were still together growing up. She was a stay-at-home mom. She did a great job with that. There was nothing worse than coming home to the perm smell, nothing better than coming home to like chocolate chip cookie smell, even though you couldn't have one. So, but it was a nice smell at least. And now she's worked for the university for years and years, and she's had several jobs, and I've been lucky enough for the 10 years that I've been in college to, when she's working on campus, to go see her every day that I wanted to. But now she's working, over here at 13th and L, and some of her work friends are here, but how many days off a year do you get? Because you're never in town, and I think Walmart greeters get less days off a year, and they're retired. But to change things up a little bit, with my mom, with her, she's always, with her, family is first, and there's nothing she wouldn't do for her family. The crazy thing about it, if you get to know my mom for more than a day, you're pretty much family to her, and she will bend over backwards to anybody that she knows and do everything she can to help them. She's the most selfless woman that I've ever known. Even when she's made me angry in the past, there's not one time where I thought she's a selfish person. And she's creative, she's caring, she's supportive, she's smart, and she's funny. She's one of the funnest people that I hang out with. And not many people can say that about their parents. She's not my mom, she's like my best friend. So I love you. Happy Christmas, Rachel. And so I'm sure she's going to tell you, eat more food, drink more drinks, have a good time. Thanks for coming.